Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and you're watching Break the Fake. They make them, we break them, and tell you everything you need to know. Minsk, the 20th of August. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko and his Iranian counterpart Masoud Pezeshkian signed a joint statement on the deepening of bilateral relations. Lukashenko also said that cooperation between Minsk and Tehran continues to contribute to stability in today's turbulent world. Ever wondered who causes the turbulence? Could it have been our 2025 version of the axis of evil, perhaps? But I digress.
Поддерживаем легитимное право Ирана на развитие мирного атома. Уверен, для достижения прочного мира важно воздерживаться от любых действий, которые могут спровоцировать новую эскалацию. Мудрость, дальновидность должны возобладать над эмоциями и предубеждениями. Я еще раз благодарю его превосходительство господина Масуда Пезешкана за плодотворный диалог. Помните, что вы и все наши иранские друзья всегда долгожданные гости в Беларуси и самые дорогие гости.
Iran and Belarus are subject to Western sanctions, which Pezeshkian called illegal. Iran has been under sanctions for decades, while Lukashenko has been on the West's personal blacklist since 2020. If there ever was a YouTube tutorial on sanctions dodging, it would no doubt be run by a guy with a thick Persian accent and a link to an affiliate Belarusian channel about surviving potato shortages. Learning more on how to keep the economy from going belly up despite Western sanctions would be of some use to Lukashenko, the non-respected non-president of Belarus. Sorry about that, Mr. Trump, but we must leave no fake unbroken, even if it's just diplomatic sweet-talking. Anyway, exchanging know-how on quashing street protests and making miracles happen at the ballot box is probably also on the agenda of these bilateral talks. Lukashenko stressed that cooperation is aimed at the benefit of the Iranian and Belarusian peoples and is not intended to antagonize other countries. Sure, just like Iran selling drones to Russia was not intended to antagonize Ukraine. Honestly, was picking up the pieces of an Iranian drone made in Russia using Chinese parts from your local cornfield on your 2025 bingo card, eh? Belarus, of course, never antagonized anybody either. Those Russian forces attacking Ukraine at the beginning of the war from Belarusian territory? Well, tourists, probably. They simply got lost. Lukashenko will no doubt pick up lots of Iranian sanction-busting life hacks from this meeting. Instead of laughing, however, the West should crank up those sanctions up to 11, because honestly, 1,300 political prisoners still in Lukashenko's clutches is simply embarrassing for us, allegedly freedom-loving Europeans. Russian TV presenter Vladimir Solovyov has once again found himself at the center of an international scandal, this time because of an article in the Financial Times. The publication quoted his remarks in which he ridicules Donald Trump and claims that Russia can destroy the United States. The Financial Times notes that such comments only confirm that the Kremlin does not take the idea of a peace treaty very seriously, and also has a, and I quote, low opinion of Trump's leadership qualities. Solovyov, of course, responded immediately, and it's time for a quote. I have always been for Trump, ever since the beginning of the Trump-Biden election campaign. The Financial Times is making up stories that are very disrespectful to Trump. It's all lies. Well, there you have it. The TV presenter added that Zelensky allegedly wants to get rid of him, and all these Western publications only increase the risk of terrorist attacks against Mr. Solovyov.
Ну, ладно, абсолютная ложь про мою оценку Трампа и издевательство над Трампом. Ложь от первого до последнего слова прописывается и упоминается именно моя фамилия. Учитывая то, что сейчас возросло количество попыток на совершение теракта против меня, то есть это показывает уровень личной ненависти Зеленского ко мне. Я обращаюсь к Financial Times и к украинским педагогам. с фразой, которая им будет понятна. Fake news. Вы абсолютно лживые, ничтожные, продажные шавки.
So, according to Solovyov, as you just heard, the Financial Times is fake news. Well, at least he didn't call them woke. By the way, if he wanted to come across as full MAGA, that is a missed opportunity. But anyway, is the Financial Times really fake news? Solovyov probably forgot that he's posting his videos not in his personal diary, but on the internet. And as we know, the internet has a very good memory. As do we, the Break the Fake team. So why don't we take a look at some of Solovyov's words of support for Trump, right? Just in January this year, Trump was an enemy of Russia, according to Solovyov. And why is that so? Well, that was Solovyov's reaction to President Trump's ultimatum for Putin. And like a true drama queen, Solovyov immediately went straight off the rails.
То, что написал Трамп, я об этом говорил, и нам не надо испытывать никаких иллюзий. Трамп бесспорно является системным врагом. У него нет никакого основания вступать с нами в некие позитивные контакты. Письмо, которое он это послание, которое он оставил, что типа вы срочно либо договариваетесь, либо очень любопытное. Любопытное тем, что американцы по-прежнему считают, что это они победили Вторую мировую войну, а мы им помогли. Он там приводит цифру 60 миллионов, что, вежливо говоря, показывает, что его советники по истории не глубоко в теме.
Russia is losing. Not only does Europe and everyone else repeat that, people even made a hashtag out of it. Seriously though, isn't losing 1 million troops in what was supposed to be a 3-day war literally taking the L? Isn't occupying less than 1% of new territory since November 2022 taking the L? So yeah, technically Russia did make gains. But imagine paying $1,000 for pizza. Okay, so you still win, technically, because you get the pizza, but wouldn't most people call you a total loser because you just blew $1,000 on a plain cheese pizza? There, Russia's we're winning fake broken. Snap. Anyway, back to Solovyov. Here's how he loves Donald Trump. Oh, he loves him to death by radioactive tsunami.
А на сколько процентов поверит Трамп, если скажет, что мы сотрем к чертовой матери Америку? На сколько процентов поверит Трамп, когда поймет, что 2 Посейдона, сработавших с разных сторон североамериканского континента, приводят к образованию радиоактивного цунами, которое создает навеки пролив имени товарища Сталина? Или он что, на полном серьезе считает, что как только он отправляет баллистику или поднимает свои гребаные Б-2, которые для нас видны, которые попытаются нанести удар по нашей территории, будем так сказать, ой, смотрите, да нет, мы просто сотрем вас к чертовой матери с лица земли.
Charming. By the way, the B-2 is visible to you guys, but only when America wants it to be. Remember Putin glancing at the Alaskan skies as the mighty Spirit thundered overhead? That's Trump flexing his muscles, and unlike Russia's slightly mythical Poseidon torpedo, these planes have actually seen combat. Ask your friendly neighborhood Ayatollah where his centrifuge has gone. Anyway, last but not least, and honestly, this is my favorite. In December 2023, Vladimir Solovyov proudly proclaimed that no matter who the president of the US is, they will always be an enemy to Mother Russia.
США наш враг. И неважно фамилия президента, это будут нюансы. Напомню, когда пришел Трамп, он ввел санкции еще более тяжелые, чем были до него.
You know, when listening to this guy, you might get some weird holy war kind of vibes. I mean, nuclear apocalypse, confronting demons and winning. There is a word for it, and it is unhinged. As in Osama bin Laden level unhinged. Jihad with snow and vodka level unhinged. Problem is, when you overdo it, you enter the comic book villain territory, and your Osama shtick quickly becomes Comical Ali. Oh, Baghdad's burning, but we're winning, we're still winning, no problem there. For the time being, the only thing Solovyov's winning is the Delulu of the Year award, shaped, most likely, like a huge golden letter L. And with this we conclude this edition of Break the Fake. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.